In the shadowed recesses of our consciousness lies a hidden battlefield where our emotions clash in a relentless struggle. This inner terrain, often invisible to the external world, becomes a visible reality when faced with the myriad provocations that life throws our way. Each day presents us with a series of tests, sharp criticisms from others, unexpected disappointments, or minor annoyances that disrupt our peace. These provocations act as sparks, igniting the volatile mixture of feelings within us and challenging our ability to remain composed. The immediate reaction to such provocations is a powerful force. We are instinctively driven to respond with anger, frustration, or defensiveness. These reactions promise a swift release of the tension that builds up inside us, offering a fleeting sense of control over our circumstances. However, this instant gratification often leads to deeper conflict and further complications. The satisfaction of reacting in the heat of the moment quickly dissipates, leaving us with the after-effects of our unchecked emotions, regret, damaged relationships, or a heightened state of turmoil. True strength, however, is not found in these hasty responses. It is revealed through the practice of restraint, a conscious choice to pause and reflect before reacting. This restraint is not merely about holding back our impulses, but involves a deliberate and thoughtful approach to how we engage with our emotions. It requires us to cultivate patience and to consider the long-term consequences of our actions, rather than giving in to the immediate pressures of our feelings. This form of strength is akin to a deep well, drawing from the wellspring of inner wisdom and self-control that lies within us. Ancient philosophers, whose insights have traversed centuries, offer profound guidance on this matter. They recognize that the most significant battles we face are not against external adversaries, but against the tempestuous forces within our own minds. Their teachings emphasize that mastering our emotions is the highest form of personal power. By adopting their principles, we align ourselves with a tradition of wisdom that values inner control over impulsive reactions. This alignment is not merely about adhering to old teachings, but about applying their timeless principles to our modern challenges. Embracing restraint allows us to honor the legacy of those who came before us. Their experiences and insights provide a roadmap for navigating the emotional landscapes we encounter daily. Each instance where we choose to restrain our initial impulses strengthens our ability to manage future challenges. It builds resilience and deepens our self-understanding, creating a solid foundation upon which we can stand firm against the turbulent tides of life. The journey towards true strength is paved with the practice of restraint. This path is not always easy, as it requires us to confront and manage our most raw and immediate feelings. Yet through this disciplined approach, we develop a form of strength that is enduring and profound. It transforms our responses from reactive outbursts into measured actions that reflect our inner integrity and character. Number 1. Mastering the art of indifference. Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, offers a timeless piece of wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This insight reveals a profound aspect of Stoic philosophy, the concept of indifference. In our complex and often tumultuous lives, where insults, injuries, and adversities are inevitable, the Stoic warrior demonstrates an exceptional mastery of emotional resilience through indifference. This principle is not merely about passive acceptance, but about an active choice to control our responses, thereby reclaiming our power and preserving our inner peace. Indifference is frequently misconstrued as a form of weakness or apathy. However, in Stoic thought, it represents a robust form of emotional discipline. The essence of indifference is to detach from the emotional impact of external events and to maintain a steady, calm disposition. This practice does not imply ignoring or dismissing the reality of negative experiences, but rather signifies a deliberate choice to not let such experiences disturb our mental equilibrium. By severing the emotional ties to the actions and opinions of others, we fortify ourselves against the whims and malice that life may present. Imagine indifference as a powerful shield that guards against the arrows of criticism, insult, or hostility. This shield is crafted from the steel of inner strength and clarity of purpose. When we encounter unkind words or unjust actions, instead of letting these external forces penetrate our sense of self, We allow them to bounce off the shield of our indifference. This shield is not impervious to the reality of adversity. Rather, it is resilient against the emotional turmoil that these adversities might provoke. By maintaining this emotional distance, we preserve our ability to respond with reason and composure. The practice of indifference requires a deep understanding of where true control lies. External events, including the behavior of others, are beyond our direct influence. What we can control, however, is our reaction to these events. The Stoic approach is to focus on this internal domain, choosing responses that align with our values and principles, rather than reacting impulsively to external provocations. This shift in focus from the uncontrollable to the controllable enables us to navigate challenges with a clearer perspective and greater emotional stability. Through indifference, we cultivate a sense of agency over our emotional responses. Instead of being reactive and allowing others' negativity to disturb our inner peace, we act from a place of mindful decision-making. This approach not only enhances our mental clarity, but also strengthens our character, allowing us to confront conflicts and difficulties with a measured and thoughtful demeanor. The ability to remain unperturbed in the face of adversity is a testament to our inner strength and self-discipline. Mastering the art of indifference aligns us with a deeper understanding of our own power and autonomy. It affirms that while we may not control the external world, we possess the sovereign ability to govern our reactions and maintain our inner tranquility. Number 2. The silent withdrawal. In the tumultuous sea of human interactions, Marcus Aurelius imparts a profound lesson on the power of silent withdrawal. Imagine a scene where negativity, like a storm, rages around you. Instead of being drawn into its chaos, Aurelius advocates for a retreat that is both silent and dignified. This withdrawal is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic move to preserve your inner tranquility. By choosing to step away, you assert control over your own peace and refuse to be tainted by the discord around you. Consider the act of engaging with negativity as entering a battle where the only victor is the one who is dragged into the mud. Aurelius suggests a different approach. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This principle encourages us to rise above the pettiness and toxicity that others might throw our way. Rather than retaliating or lowering ourselves to their level, we maintain our integrity by withdrawing. This act of silent resistance becomes a powerful statement of our self-worth and character. When we choose to withdraw silently, we do so not out of fear or submission, but out of a deliberate choice to protect our inner peace. This retreat allows us to avoid the unnecessary strife that can drain our energy and cloud our judgment. It's a conscious decision to disengage from the negativity that others may project, thus preserving our mental and emotional well-being. By not participating in the conflict, we effectively neutralize its impact on our lives. The silent withdrawal also serves as a means of self-preservation and self-respect. By stepping away from negativity, we prevent ourselves from being dragged into a cycle of retaliation and bitterness. Instead, we position ourselves above the fray, untouchable by the petty provocations of others. This detachment is a manifestation of inner strength, where our response to provocation is not to match it, but to transcend it. In essence, silent withdrawal is a declaration of personal sovereignty. It's about reclaiming control over how we react to the world around us. By choosing not to engage with negativity, we set a standard for how we wish to be treated and establish a boundary that others must respect. This boundary is not just a physical or social one, but a psychological barrier that safeguards our peace and dignity. Furthermore, this approach fosters an environment of serenity in our lives. When we consistently practice silent withdrawal in the face of negativity, we cultivate an inner calm that is impervious to external disturbances. This serenity becomes a cornerstone of our character, distinguishing us from those who are easily swayed by conflict and discord. It's a testament to our ability to maintain composure and clarity, even in the most challenging situations. Ultimately, Marcus Aurelius's teaching on silent withdrawal is a timeless lesson in self-control and dignity. By choosing not to engage with negativity and instead withdrawing with grace, we not only protect our inner peace, but also elevate ourselves above the turmoil. This practice enables us to navigate life's challenges with a sense of serenity and purpose, embodying the true essence of personal strength and resilience. Number 3. The fortress of inner peace. Envision within yourself the construction of a grand fortress, a majestic bastion of tranquility built not of stone and steel, but of the steadfast resolve and unshakable serenity found within. This fortress is your sanctuary, a refuge impervious to the swirling chaos of the external world. Its foundations are laid with your deepest values, its walls built from the unwavering commitment to maintaining your inner calm. As Seneca wisely proclaimed, "He who is brave is free." This bravery extends far beyond mere physical courage. It embodies the fortitude required to maintain inner peace amidst life's inevitable storms. To establish such a fortress, you first must cultivate a profound sense of self-awareness. This involves understanding the tumultuous forces that threaten your serenity and recognizing the triggers that might breach your inner calm. By identifying these elements, you can begin to fortify your mental defenses, constructing a protective barrier that shields you from the disruptive influences of the outside world. This process is not instantaneous, but requires patience and dedication to build a resilient stronghold within your mind. Once the foundation is set, it is crucial to continually reinforce and maintain this fortress. This means actively engaging in practices that nurture your inner peace, such as meditation, mindfulness, and philosophical contemplation. These practices act as the maintenance crew of your mental fortress, ensuring that it remains impenetrable and fortified. Regular reflection and self-assessment are necessary to address any weaknesses in your mental defenses, much like a watchful guardian inspecting the walls of a castle for potential breaches. The true strength of your inner fortress lies not in its ability to isolate you from the world, but in its capacity to enable you to face external challenges with poise and composure. It is essential to understand that this fortress does not cut you off from reality, but rather equips you with the resilience needed to confront it. By cultivating this inner sanctuary, you gain the ability to manage external provocations with a level-headed approach, responding to adversity not with impulsive reactions, but with deliberate and thoughtful actions. In moments of crisis or high tension, your fortress of inner peace will serve as a crucial refuge. When the winds of conflict blow fiercely and the waves of adversity threaten to overwhelm, you will find solace within the stronghold you have constructed. This internal sanctuary allows you to remain steadfast and unperturbed, with your composure firmly anchored in the secure environment of your inner realm. The tranquility you experience here is not easily disturbed, as it is rooted deeply within, shielded from external turmoil. Maintaining the integrity of your fortress requires ongoing vigilance. Just as a physical fortress demands regular upkeep to ensure its defenses remain robust, your inner sanctuary must be continually reinforced through mindful practices and self-care. Number 4. The power of non-reaction. In a world that constantly tests our patience and emotions, the art of non-reaction stands as a beacon of personal mastery. Non-reaction is not a passive or weak stance, but rather a powerful choice to maintain our dignity and self-control. It involves a deliberate and conscious decision to resist impulsive reactions, thereby demonstrating an extraordinary level of inner strength and self-command. This deliberate restraint is a profound expression of our ability to navigate life's complexities with composure and grace. Zeno of Citium, the esteemed founder of Stoicism, captured the essence of this concept with his insightful observation: "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." This statement illuminates the profound nature of non-reaction as a form of self-conquest. To not react impulsively is to exhibit mastery over our own emotions and responses. It signifies a triumph over the chaotic forces that seek to unsettle us, showcasing an internal strength that surpasses mere external control. When we allow ourselves to be swept away by every provocation or emotional trigger, we surrender control over our responses. In contrast, non-reaction requires a disciplined and centered mind, one that remains steadfast amidst life's challenges. This practice is not about suppressing or ignoring our feelings, but about recognizing our power to choose how we respond to them. By resisting immediate reactions, we uphold our dignity, and demonstrate a profound level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Consider the impact of non-reaction in various aspects of our lives. In interpersonal relationships, for instance, responding to insults or provocations with anger or defensiveness often exacerbates conflict and strain. However, by adopting a stance of non-reaction, we avoid escalating tensions and preserve our integrity. This choice not only fosters a more harmonious interaction, but also reflects a deep-seated strength and self-mastery that commands respect from others. It is a testament to our ability to manage our emotions effectively, even in the face of adversity. Furthermore, non-reaction plays a crucial role in personal growth and self-improvement. Each instance where we exercise non-reaction becomes an opportunity to enhance our emotional resilience and self-awareness. This practice involves a continuous process of introspection, where we become more attuned to our triggers and responses. By understanding our emotional landscape and choosing how we react, we cultivate a greater sense of control and clarity. Over time, this practice strengthens our ability to handle increasingly complex and challenging situations with poise and confidence. The journey toward mastering non-reaction is one of profound self-discovery and empowerment. It requires commitment and dedication to personal development. By consistently choosing non-reaction, we build a solid foundation of inner strength that equips us to face life's adversities with unwavering resolve. This journey is not without its difficulties, but it leads to significant personal transformation and fulfillment. Each instance of non-reaction reinforces our capacity for self-control and enhances our overall well-being. Number 5. The Cut of Dispassion. Dispassion serves as a powerful tool, a metaphorical knife that cleaves through the intricate network of emotional manipulation that surrounds us. This blade of detachment provides the means to transcend the immediate and often tumultuous emotional responses that can cloud our judgment. By engaging with life through the lens of dispassion, we gain a crucial advantage: the ability to maintain composure and clarity amidst the chaos of our inner and outer worlds. At its core, dispassion involves a deliberate and disciplined approach to our emotional experiences. It is the practice of observing events without allowing ourselves to be swept away by the tides of our passions and prejudices. This does not entail a complete withdrawal from feeling or an abandonment of our emotional nature. Instead, it is about cultivating a perspective that allows us to experience emotions without being overwhelmed or controlled by them. When we view situations through this lens of detachment, we essentially disarm the emotional triggers that might otherwise dominate our reactions. Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, captured the essence of this practice with his profound observation: "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This statement reflects a crucial understanding of human psychology. Much of our distress stems from mental projections and anticipations rather than actual events. Our minds have a tendency to amplify fears and anxieties, creating scenarios of suffering that are often more intense and pervasive than the reality of our experiences. By embracing dispassion, we challenge these imagined narratives and regain control over our emotional landscape. Applying dispassion means approaching events with an unfiltered perspective. It involves stepping back from our immediate reactions and assessing situations with a cool, analytical eye. This practice allows us to separate ourselves from the immediate emotional impact and engage with circumstances in a more measured and rational manner. By doing so, we can address challenges without the distortion of personal biases and impulsive reactions, which often lead us astray. The transformative effect of dispassion is evident in our interactions with others and our response to external pressures. It acts as a protective shield against the manipulative tactics of those who seek to exploit our vulnerabilities. When we remain emotionally detached, we are less susceptible to being swayed by the desires or deceptions of others. This strength of character and clarity of thought enable us to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics and external challenges with resilience and effectiveness. Furthermore, dispassion fosters a profound sense of inner peace. By mastering the art of emotional detachment, we cultivate a stable and serene inner world that remains unaffected by the external turbulence. This inner stability is not a form of emotional suppression, but rather a refined state of emotional regulation. It allows us to engage with life's experiences fully and authentically while maintaining a sense of equilibrium and control. Number 6. Embracing solitude. Embracing solitude is a profound and transformative journey that leads to inner strength and tranquility. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who was both a Roman emperor and a man deeply attuned to the intricacies of human nature, found immense solace in moments of solitude. He often retreated from the overwhelming pressures of the world to find peace within himself. In his reflections, he noted, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This wisdom reveals the immense power of solitude, a sanctuary within ourselves where we can find clarity, peace, and strength. In today's fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded with external stimuli and demands, finding solitude can be challenging yet incredibly rewarding. Solitude is not merely the absence of others, but a state of being where one is comfortable and content with their own company. It is in these quiet moments that we can reflect, recharge, and connect with our inner selves. By turning inward, we can silence the noise of the outside world and listen to the whispers of our soul, guiding us towards greater self-awareness and understanding. One of the greatest benefits of embracing solitude is the development of self-reliance. When we value our own company, we become less dependent on the validation and approval of others. This independence fortifies us against the provocations and judgments of the outside world. We learn to trust our own judgment and intuition, building a robust inner foundation that is not easily shaken by external circumstances. In solitude, we discover our true selves, free from the masks we wear to fit societal expectations. Moreover, solitude allows us to cultivate a deeper sense of self-compassion and self-care. In the quiet moments of introspection, we can acknowledge our strengths and weaknesses without judgment. This practice of self-compassion nurtures a kinder and more understanding relationship with ourselves. We learn to forgive our mistakes, celebrate our achievements, and embrace our humanity. Through solitude, we become our own best friends, offering ourselves the support and encouragement we need to thrive. The practice of solitude also enhances our creativity and problem-solving abilities. When we are alone with our thoughts, free from distractions, our minds can wander and explore new ideas. Many great thinkers and artists have found inspiration in solitude, where their creativity could flourish unencumbered by the demands of the outside world. In these moments of quiet contemplation, we can connect the dots in ways that are often missed in the hustle and bustle of daily life. In addition, solitude provides an opportunity for spiritual growth and connection. It is in the silence of solitude that many find a deeper connection with their spirituality or a higher power. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply being still, solitude offers a space for spiritual exploration and growth. This spiritual connection can provide profound insights and a sense of purpose, grounding us in our beliefs and values. Number 7. The practice of mindful breathing. In moments when emotions run high and reactions feel imminent, the practice of mindful breathing becomes an invaluable tool. This technique, rooted in ancient traditions and modern mindfulness practices alike, can transform our immediate experience. By consciously focusing on our breath, we engage in a deliberate act of grounding ourselves. This is more than just a superficial exercise. It is a profound method of anchoring our awareness to the present moment, away from the chaos of our racing thoughts and heightened emotions. As you inhale deeply, filling your lungs with air, notice the sensation. Feel the coolness of the air entering your nostrils, the expansion of your chest, and the gentle rise of your abdomen. Hold this breath for a moment, savoring the pause. This brief interlude offers a precious space to gather your thoughts and bring attention to your physical presence. It is in this stillness that we find the first step towards clarity. Exhaling slowly, let the breath leave your body with purpose. Feel the warmth of the air as it passes through your nostrils, and observe the subtle relaxation that spreads through your muscles. Each exhale serves as a release, letting go of tension and stress. This cyclical process of inhaling and exhaling not only calms the nervous system but also fosters a sense of control over our reactions. It is a reminder that we are not at the mercy of our emotions. We can choose how to respond. Mindful breathing encourages a steady and calm demeanor. It trains us to remain composed even when faced with provocation or stress. By focusing on the breath, we create a buffer between stimulus and response, allowing us to assess situations with greater objectivity. This practice nurtures our ability to pause, reflect, and choose a measured response rather than an impulsive reaction. It's a simple act, yet its impact is profound. As we continue this practice, we begin to notice the subtle shifts in our internal landscape. The breath becomes a guide, leading us towards a state of equilibrium. Over time, this state of calm becomes more accessible, even in the most challenging situations. The regular practice of mindful breathing cultivates resilience, enabling us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and poise. Moreover, mindful breathing is not confined to moments of stress. It can be integrated into our daily routine, becoming a cornerstone of our well-being. Whether we are sitting in traffic, waiting in line, or simply taking a break, mindful breathing offers a moment of respite. It reconnects us with the present, drawing our attention away from worries about the past or anxieties about the future. In this way, it enhances our overall sense of peace and contentment. Ultimately, the practice of mindful breathing is a journey towards greater self-awareness and self-mastery. It teaches us to be present, to embrace the flow of life with calm and clarity. As the breath flows steadily, so too does our composure, allowing us to face each moment with a centered and balanced mind. This simple yet profound practice can transform our interactions, our reactions, and our inner world, leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Number 8. The mirror of reflection. In the relentless pace of modern life, we often find ourselves swept along by our emotions, reacting impulsively to various situations without pausing to understand the underlying causes. The Stoic practice of daily reflection offers a profound antidote to this common human experience. By dedicating time each day to thoughtfully examine our actions and reactions, we can begin to unravel the intricate web of our emotional responses. This practice is not merely about reliving our experiences, but about delving deep into our psyche to gain profound insights into our behaviors and their origins. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, placed immense importance on the practice of self-examination. He famously advised, "Examine yourself and see what is the thing that raises you to anger." This statement is a powerful invitation to turn our gaze inward and identify the specific triggers that provoke our anger. Anger, like all emotions, does not arise in a vacuum. It is often a response to unmet expectations, perceived injustices, or unresolved internal conflicts. By engaging in daily reflection, we can start to identify these patterns and understand the deeper reasons behind our emotional outbursts. Reflection is not just about identifying triggers, it is about cultivating a heightened sense of awareness. Through regular introspection, we become more attuned to our emotional landscape. This awareness is the first critical step towards mastering our emotions. When we understand what specifically causes us to lose our composure, we can begin to develop strategies to manage these triggers more effectively. This could involve altering our environment to minimize exposure to certain stressors, changing our perspective to view situations through a more rational lens, or developing new coping mechanisms that allow us to respond rather than react. Moreover, the practice of reflection helps us build a stronger sense of resolve. By regularly reviewing our actions, we can identify not only our weaknesses but also our strengths. Recognizing moments when we maintained our composure in the face of adversity reinforces our belief in our ability to do so in the future. Each instance of self-control becomes a building block, fortifying our inner strength and resilience. This process is akin to training a muscle. The more we exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Over time, our capacity for self-control becomes a deeply ingrained habit. Daily reflection also fosters a deeper connection with our values and principles. In the hustle of daily life, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters to us. By taking the time to reflect on our actions, we can assess whether they align with our core beliefs. This alignment is crucial for maintaining integrity and living authentically. When our actions consistently reflect our values, we experience a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. This, in turn, leads to a more harmonious and balanced life, where our external actions are a true reflection of our inner convictions. Number 9. The embrace of virtue. Embrace virtue as our guiding principle. This simple yet profound principle can transform the way we navigate life's challenges. By consistently choosing virtue, we commit ourselves to a higher standard of behavior that transcends momentary emotions and external provocations. This commitment is not merely about adhering to a set of rules, but about embodying the essence of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance in every aspect of our lives. In the face of provocation, the immediate reaction is often one of anger, frustration, or even retaliation. These emotions, while natural, can cloud our judgment and lead us astray from our true selves. Instead of succumbing to these impulses, pause and ask yourself, what would a virtuous person do? This question serves as a compass, guiding us back to a path of integrity and rationality. It encourages us to reflect before we act, ensuring that our response is not only appropriate, but also in harmony with our deeper values. Aligning our actions with virtue means that we prioritize what is morally right over what is expedient or emotionally satisfying. It requires a conscious effort to rise above our baser instincts and choose responses that are measured and just. This doesn't mean suppressing our emotions, but rather understanding and managing them in a way that they do not control our actions. By doing so, we can respond to situations with clarity and purpose, free from the destructive sway of anger or resentment. When we let virtue be our guide, our actions become a reflection of our inner strength and wisdom. A virtuous response is characterized by its calmness, fairness, and absence of malice. It demonstrates a deep respect for both ourselves and others, acknowledging our shared humanity and the complex nature of human behavior. This approach not only fosters personal growth, but also enhances our relationships and interactions with those around us. Moreover, embracing virtue helps us cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. In moments of adversity, when we act with virtue, we maintain our dignity and self-respect. We do not allow external circumstances to dictate our behavior or undermine our character. Instead, we stand firm in our principles, knowing that true strength lies in the consistency of our values and the courage to uphold them, even in difficult situations. By consistently choosing virtue, we also set a powerful example for others. Our actions can inspire those around us to reflect on their own behaviors and consider the importance of virtue in their lives. This ripple effect can contribute to a more just and compassionate society, where individuals strive to act with integrity and kindness. In this way, our personal commitment to virtue becomes a catalyst for broader positive change. Ultimately, the embrace of virtue is a lifelong journey. It is about striving to be the best version of ourselves, not through perfection but through continuous effort and self-reflection. It is about recognizing that every decision we make, no matter how small, is an opportunity to practice virtue. Number 10. The release of attachment. The path to inner peace begins with releasing our attachment to specific outcomes. In our daily lives, we often find ourselves tied to expectations, hoping for certain results, and feeling disappointed when things don't go as planned. This attachment to outcomes can be a significant source of stress and negativity. By learning to let go, we start to liberate ourselves from these emotional chains. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our primary focus should be on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. We cannot control the actions or reactions of others, nor can we control the outcomes of every situation. When we release our attachment to these external factors, we shift our focus inward, gaining power over our own responses and maintaining our inner tranquility. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this idea succinctly. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. This wisdom reminds us to channel our energy into what we can influence and to accept the rest with grace. When we internalize this mindset, we start to see the world differently. Instead of battling against the uncontrollable, we flow with life's natural course, reducing frustration and enhancing our resilience. Acceptance is a powerful tool in managing our emotional well-being. By acknowledging that some things are beyond our control, we can stop wasting energy on trying to change them. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity. Rather, it's an active choice to focus on our own actions and reactions, allowing us to remain calm and composed even in challenging situations. When we release attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves from the burden of reaction. We no longer feel compelled to respond to every negative event or person. This detachment empowers us to cut off negativity silently and effectively. We become the masters of our own emotional states, unperturbed by external disturbances. In the pursuit of a balanced life, it's crucial to cultivate this practice of detachment. It's not about becoming indifferent, but about understanding the limits of our control. By focusing on what is within our power, we can navigate life with a sense of peace and purpose. This shift in perspective allows us to engage with the world more mindfully, appreciating the journey rather than fixating on the destination. Ultimately, the release of attachment leads to a more serene and fulfilling life. It aligns with the core Stoic principle of finding contentment within ourselves rather than in external circumstances. By adopting this approach, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also become a source of calm and strength for those around us. Acceptance, as Epictetus taught, is indeed the final key to cutting off negativity silently and effectively. In the depths of our being lies an untapped reservoir of strength and resilience waiting to be awakened. This power allows us to transcend the chaos of the external world and find serenity amidst the storm. The ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers us profound techniques to become the architects of our own tranquility. By embracing these timeless principles, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and poise, remaining unshaken by the turbulence around us. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate an inner sanctuary, a place where we can retreat from the noise and negativity of the outside world. This sanctuary is built on the foundations of self-control and mindfulness, enabling us to remain centered in the face of adversity. By mastering our thoughts and emotions, we become impervious to the external forces that seek to disrupt our peace. We learn to respond to life's challenges with calm deliberation rather than impulsive reaction. At the heart of Stoicism is the practice of fortitude, the strength to endure and overcome difficulties without losing our composure. This inner fortitude is not about suppressing our emotions, but about transforming them into sources of strength. By embracing the Stoic mindset, we develop the resilience to face hardships with courage and determination. We understand that true power comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering ourselves. As seekers of wisdom, we are guided by the Stoic principles of virtue and rationality. These principles encourage us to live in harmony with our values and to pursue excellence in all aspects of our lives. By aligning our actions with our core beliefs, we find a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the material world. We become creators of our own destiny, shaping our lives with intention and integrity. In our journey towards inner peace, we must learn to cut off negative influences silently, with strength and grace. This involves distancing ourselves from toxic relationships, harmful habits, and destructive thoughts. By setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing our well-being, we protect our inner sanctuary from the encroachment of negativity. We learn to let go of what no longer serves us, making space for growth and renewal. Together, as a community of Stoic practitioners, we rise above the noise and distractions of modern life. We support and inspire each other in our pursuit of wisdom and fortitude, sharing our experiences and insights along the way. By fostering a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect, we strengthen our collective resolve to live virtuously and authentically. In this shared journey, we find the strength to face life's challenges with unwavering courage and grace. Let us forge ahead with the spirit of the Stoics, embodying self-control, fortitude, and the unyielding pursuit of inner peace. As we embrace these ancient teachings, we transform ourselves into beacons of tranquility and resilience. We become living examples of the power of Stoicism, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys towards serenity and strength. Together, we create a world where inner peace and wisdom reign supreme, unshaken by the storms that rage around us.